Okay, so welcome to episode 3 of Trashterpiece Theater. Yesterday I read two stories about anal sex and their oh so mystical, powerful qualities on women's, especially women's attitudes and how they made them more complacent and more subservient to their significant others and blah blah blah, wish fulfillment, blah blah blah. Today, however, I've decided I'm going to take a different route. I'm still going to read another story by the same author, but this time it's going to deal with racism. And the title of said story is, I shit you not, How to End Racism Forever. So let's get on with this, shall we? Presently, I'm sitting at a computer terminal inside the Brockton Community Library's main branch, located on Main Street in Brockton, Massachusetts. All around me, men and women are going about their business. My buddy Jonathan is one of the clerks behind the desk, and he's a nice and decent-looking young black man. Behind me, one of the librarians is helping a big and tall, gorgeously big-bottomed black woman, what the fuck? Locate some books near the African American nonfiction shelf. Jesus Christ, one, too much words, and two, totes inappropriate. I see someone might have a school project due. How? Are you Cyclops or are you clairvoyant or something? People so rarely do academic research for their own benefit these days. It saddens me. Okay, that I might have to grudgingly agree with. In a day and age where everything can be just available to you at the click of a button, yeah, I gotta admit, it can be a little bit disheartening. I'm the type that likes to know things, always seeking and striving. That's me. Well, good for fucking you. Brother Samuel here. A name that should require no introduction at this point. By the way, this is another one of his favorite tactics. A lot of his stories on Literotica are self-insert fics, and they're just so blatantly obvious that it's not even funny. I mean, well, it can be funny depending on your stance of comedy, but still. Your favorite big and tall, good-looking, and openly bisexual Haitian American author, law student, activist living near Boston, Massachusetts. What? I'm sorry, my favorite? You're sure as hell not my favorites. You never have been, and you never will be. So, yeah, let's get that out of the way, shall we? Sometimes I wonder why people simply can't leave well enough alone. Because people are nosy a-holes. That's why. Why must they try to fix things that don't need fixing? Don't fix anything that's not broken. Why do idiotic people get their cats and dogs neutered when the animals were perfectly fine the way they were? I don't know, maybe because their cats and dogs have some kind of disease or disorder that will cause them major health problems in the long run if they don't get spayed and neutered. I mean, there's a good reason why Bob Barker and now Drew Carey constantly say at the end of every Price is Right episode, get your pet spayed and neutered. Because there are some serious legitimate health problems that do come from not being neutered. So that's just my take on it. I've had cats and dogs and I never allowed any doctor to alter them in any way. Well, why do mothers and fathers butcher their sons by getting them circumcised? Religion, like as I said, health problems. I'm uncircumcised and it hasn't made me unhealthy or unhappy. No, it made you batshit crazy. Why do we live in a mad world? I don't know, my friends. I wish I had all the answers, but I don't. Well, I can't help but feel quite worried about the state of the world these days. The swine flu pandemic is ravaging the planet. Too many people have died since this thing started. The fact that most of the deaths have been in the Republic of Mexico bothers me. Americans don't give a damn when innocent people are dying unless it's happening in their backyard and they've got something to lose. Such apathy is troubling to say the least. Apathy is a part of human nature. It's a disturbing part, but it's a part nonetheless, and it's pretty much not going anywhere anytime soon, so just, ugh. Oh my god, this, ugh. No, 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 no. Personally, I think this virus was engineered by some racist white men and racist white women somewhere. I guess saying racist white people would be too much like right. This virus was deliberately created to target Mexicans. Why? I'm not just asking that. It's what's written here. Why? Think about it. Please. In a few years, Hispanics, many of them hailing from Mexico, because obviously Hispanics that hail from places like South America and Spain and Portugal don't exist, will outnumber white men and white women in the United States of America. I bet you dollars to pesos that lots of white men and white women are very nervous because of that. No, they're not. At least most white people aren't. Ugh. I always knew white men and white women weren't as open-minded about racial relations and multiculturalism as they'd like us to believe. I have walked through enough dark streets and been given enough wary, hostile looks from white people to know they don't like me. Why? Because you're a misanthropic asshole who looks down on everyone who isn't you? No, no. No, the real reason is simply because I'm a big and tall black man. So, I'm a big and tall black woman. I've gotten people staring at me since I hit puberty. Even before I hit puberty, I always got attention. Mainly it was because I spoke proper English and I read a lot and I had a really extended vocabulary. My parents. My parents were the reason for all of that. And then I hit puberty. And I got even more attention. A lot of it unwanted, but that's neither here nor there. I don't like white people. No shit, really? And they don't like me. Like I said, misanthropy tends to make people not like you, white or any other race. I look forward to the day when their numbers dwindle to insignificance, especially in North America. In my hangout spot of Brockton, your hangout spot, really? White people were once the majority. Now blacks and Hispanics, along with Asians and Cape Verdeans. Did I pronounce that right? Cape Verde? Cape Verde? Somebody please let me know if I pronounced that right in the comments below. Anyway, Asians and Cape Verdeans now outnumber white men and white women. Just say white people and just be done with it. God! We're over 52% of the population. I consider this to be progress. America is starting to look bright and colorful instead of pale and stale. Progress indeed. Unfortunately, there are white people in positions of power throughout Brockton. There are white people in positions of power mostly everywhere in the United States. You know, I don't get a lot. I haven't read a lot about a lot of reports about some white people abusing their positions of power. Maybe it's just my stance, and I'm not trying to use this as I'm not trying to use my experience as just, the be all end all or anything, but I'm just a little skeptic about this. Anyway, back to this clusterfuck. The mayor is one of them. The chief of police is one of them. The fire chief is one of them. One day, all that will change. I hear that in Boston, an Asian American businessman named Sam Yoon, Sam Yoon, is challenging the power-hungry white bastard known as Menino for the spot of mayor. How are we supposed to know he's power hungry? We only have your say so. Hey, newsflash, just because you say somebody is something doesn't mean they actually are that way. Honestly. I hope Sam wins. Not just because we share the same first name, bullshit, but because I think it's time Asians, African Americans, Hispanics, and others like us started to make an impact on the political future of America. We could use a few more leaders from the aforementioned communities. We've had enough of the Irish, the Italians, and the Dutch. They've been in power since the day before forever. Time for a changing of the guard. Okay, I don't know if Samuel X is aware of this, but for a long time, I think in the early 1900s, Italian and Irish immigrants were pretty much treated like shit when they came here, hoping for a better change, hoping for a new life. And in the media, they were depicted as they were depicted negative. They were depicted with the same negative stereotypes as black people, so and Jewish people. Matter of fact, anyone who wasn't a WASP got dealt a shitty blow hands up. That did not come out right. Anyone who wasn't a WASP got dealt a shitty hand as far as advertising and projection to the public was concerned. So where the fuck you get off at trying to pull the victim complex is beyond me. I've always considered myself a progressive. Bullshit. I supported my female cousin. His female cousin. No, she's not his cousin. She has to be his female cousin. You know. I supported my female cousin when she tried out for the men's wrestling squad. Why? Just why? I told her to expect no special treatment and to accept none. I didn't support her because of feminist hogwash about equality. Who in the everlasting fuck says hogwash nowadays? Seriously. I supported her because she was family. No, you supported her you probably supported her because of brownie points. I also admired her strength, courage, and intelligence. She's now the only black person and also the only female on the men's wrestling squad because in a way, she's getting special treatment because of her gender and or race. What the? And guess what? She's a team captain. Of fucking course she is. Every Saturday, she can be seen wrestling against white guys on the mat and beating them at their own game. She spends the moment in tears. How about that? A strong, young black woman kicking white ass. We need more of that. Contrary to what many black people think, the whole racial harmony thing is a dream for the most part. You simply cannot fully trust someone who's different from you. What? Especially if they're descended from an oppressor. Because as we all know, white people were the only ones that oppressed other human beings, you know. I guess, let's just completely ignore that countries like Tibet and Nepal have been under Chinese oppression for quite some time. I'm not sure about this, so do not quote me on this. I'm not saying this is true, but I read somewhere that they've been under Chinese oppression for like ever. Yeah. Let's just also ignore the fact that Asian people and Mexican people they've pretty much adopted European standards of beauty. The darker your skin, the lower your status, doesn't just apply to black people in general. It also applies to anyone who pretty much isn't white. So anyone who tries to come at me with this, do not expect any mercy from me. That's all I'm saying. I don't think black men and black women, cause save black people and be done with it, motherfucker, should fully trust banded white women. You know what? I'm just going to say people from here on out. Because this is getting on my last nerve. There's no way for the average black person to truly know what's in the mind and heart of the average white person. Same applies for people of other races too. The white person you see smiling at you at work or joking with you around the water cooler might just be the most racist person on the planet. So many black people think racism is a thing of the past. No they don't. A lot of black people, like myself, we know that racism exists, but we have other things to worry about, like building stable lives for ourselves and building stable lives for the next generation so that they will possibly be inspired to do better. That's just me. Save for a few isolated incidents. I don't believe that. You just said that. You just said that like 2 or 3 paragraphs ago. I think racism is alive and well in America. It's gone undercover, that's all. I mean, it's common knowledge that racism isn't going anywhere anytime soon. Anyone should know that racism is not going anywhere anytime soon. As much as we would like it to be, as much as some of us would like it to be, it's an inherent part of human nature. And the only thing we can do is just combat it the best way we can. And no, anarchy is not a valid option. Looking at you, Baltimore. A lot of people think I'm paranoid and just need to lighten up. They think I'm a madman with outdated ideals. Well, golly gee fucking willikers, I wonder why. I'm far from it. I'm your best, last, and only line of defense against the racists, the sociopaths, the man-haters, and the monsters of humanity. Are you shitting me right now? No, he cannot be serious, no. Oh my god, what is this supposed to... This is stupid. This next episode is stupid. I know that there are women out there who've hidden a diabolical device in their vaginas to hurt unsuspecting men in the worst way possible. I was aware of the existence of this diabolical machine long before some foolish men in Hollywood made a movie about it. What could this device be? I don't know, could it possibly be a diaphragm or an IUD? Things that are supposed to help, things that are supposed to prevent women from getting pregnant. I don't know. That's why I don't sleep with random women without inspecting their plumbing. Ugh. It's not just AIDS and unplanned pregnancies that you have to worry about anymore. The world is getting worse. God damn, you're such a misanthrope. You are such... This story... By the way, this story was written either in the early 2000s or the late 2000s. I just know that it was before the 2010s. I'm going to have to go back and check on this after I get done reading this clusterfuckery to you, so yeah. I also know all about racist white people's movements from the neo-Nazis to the Knights of the Ku Klux Klan and the New Reich. Sorry about that. Did you know that white women are the fastest growing membership in all racist groups? Yeah, pretty soon racist organizations will be overwhelmingly female. That's why I laugh when I see black men walking around with white women. Do these foolish black men suspect that the white female they're romancing could secretly be a member of the Klan? It's something they should keep in the back of their heads. I know for a fact that there are plenty of racist white women out there. They're just better at hiding their hatred than racist white men. How? Racist white men shout the dreaded N-word at black people they hate. No, they don't. There are a lot of... Any racist with half a brain would be sneaky about it. I mean, if you're gonna be a complete and utter asshole, you would probably try to keep your assholishness under wraps, and you wouldn't record your assholishness for people to see on the internet, especially in an age where Tumblr. Oh dear God, Tumblr! I love Tumblr. This is off topic, but I love Tumblr. But holy shit, people take things way, 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 way too seriously on there. Racist white women give unsuspecting black folks a fake smile and secretly plot their undoing. So do racist men. Like I said, once again, anyone who's racist who has half a brain and more than 50 IQ points would not be so stupid as to flat out expose their racism nowadays. Maybe back in the days of the Great Depression, and from that time on forward, they could just be flat out assholes towards minorities, and they wouldn't get away with it because they knew the law would be on their side. But now when everybody and anybody is attached to their iPods and smartphones, and WorldStar is pretty much an entity in and of itself that might be competing with YouTube, not so much. A lot of black people think that since a white black man is president of the USA, racism is gone. I say it isn't. Of course you do, because you're special, and everybody should just listen to you and you alone because you're so goddamn clairvoyant and omnipotent and all that shit. I encourage my fellow black people to be vigilant. Don't trust your neighbors. Don't trust your coworkers. Don't trust the descendants of our ancestral enemies. I just can't help but wonder if Samuel X is a black Israel is a black Hebrew Israelite. If you don't know what the black Hebrew Israelites are about, Google them. Oh, be sure to smile at them. We must live near them and work with them after all, but we shouldn't trust them. They don't like us. White people are genetically engineered to hate black people. They're designed to be murderous, treacherous, and deceitful. So, what about all the other... I've already said this before in the previous episodes. What about people like Robert Mugabe and Pol Pot and Fidel Castro and Mussolini? They were all minorities, and they fucked the lives of their countrymen up because they were power hungry assholes, just like Hitler and just like David Duke and Nathan Bedford Forrest. So why should they get tossed to the wayside instead of the white guys? That's what I want to know. Especially now that blacks, Asians, and Hispanics are starting to outnumber them. Don't expect them to go down easy. Expect all manners of treachery and evil from them. Fortunately, we can win this war. Okay, I'm gonna let you know right now. The following, hang on. The last two paragraphs, we're at the end of this, and the last two paragraphs are fucking nuts. So, you might want to keep a very, very... Take whatever medication you have, or get a freaking drink after you're done watching this. Like I said, preferably when you're not on the job, because no complications. Because this right here is just all kinds of fucking nuts. And contradictory fucking nuts, to be exact. All that's needed is a strong black person who will stand for the safety of the black race. A strong person will never let white people mistreat us as a whole again. All this individual needs to do is order one of the best scientific minds to create a batch of a highly selective viral agent. This viral agent needs to be programmed to attack a certain group of individuals' genetic signature while leaving another group unscathed. Simply put, the virus must attack people who lack large quantities of melanin in their DNA. Black people have lots of melanin in their DNA. Well, except for the ones that have albinism and possibly vitiligo. But that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. White people lack any. That's why they're so pasty. Theoretically, the virus should wipe them out and leave black people unscathed. This viral agent can be created with technology existing in the year 2009. It's not science fiction. Well, I guess I was right about this story being written in the late 2000s. Now, I'm not advocating genocide. Far from it. You just did in the last paragraph. See what I said? This is flat out contradictory. It's just holy motherfucking shit. However, in my book, evil almost always prevails. Most black people want to go to work, lead their lives, take care of their families, and find some meaning in their existence. Many white people are getting in touch with their inner racist. They don't like seeing black people rise in power economically, politically, and socially. Many of them wish they could destroy black people. We can't allow that to happen. So if white people start to display their racism en masse, I highly recommend that a black super person rise to the challenge and create the melanin viral agent to bring the race of the racists and imperialists to their knees. I don't hate other races. Yes, you fucking do. You just pretty much spent the entirety of the story going off on this tangent about how white people are evil and you don't like them and they don't like you and blah blah fucking blah. So don't. Just don't. However, if it comes down to protecting black people, my true people, from racism and imperialism, then I will wipe out the pasty ones without remorse or hesitation. I would rather paint this planet red with the blood of every human being than to let white people mistreat black people on a planetary scale like they did centuries ago. If they rise against black people, I will wipe them out. I know how it's done. If not me, then a black super person who was smart enough and ruthless enough to do what must be done. The protection of the black race must be assured at any cost, by any means necessary. Samuel, and every black person who thinks like this, I'm gonna let you in on a dirty little secret. Y'all are anything but Superman or super people. Y'all are no better than the assholes, the depraved monsters who enslaved our forefathers all centuries ago. Our forefathers did not risk their lives trying to give us the freedoms and the choices that they never had, just so that people like this could just go ahead and be all like, well, fuck everybody who else was living like me. I'm gonna go on a full-on rampage and just kill them all. They did not do that. And I'm pretty sure they would be disappointed, they would be shocked, and they would be saddened by this. I'm just I've been accused of being a Pollyanna. Because let's face it, I am a Pollyanna. I'm not stupid enough to assume that evil and racism is just gone. But at the same time, I'm not gonna spend my life being a misanthropic shithead while word puking my word puke on the internet for gullible morons to gulp down like it's a fucking Mountain Dew. I have other things to worry about, like trying to build a stable life for myself, and I'm not gonna risk getting around. I'm not gonna risk being around assholes like this. So that being said, I'm LissaChelle, and I will see you in hell. Peace.